You're listening to Dungeons, Divas, and Delinquents. My name is Blake Dennis, and I will be your dungeon master throughout this tale of grand adventure, grim heroism, strange allies, and grey morals. Joining us on this adventure are...
I'm Jesse Nitchkey, and I'm playing Click Boom, your specialized Kenku fighter.
I'm Thomas Teeter, and I play Shadows Cockburn, a swashbuckling tiefling bard.
I'm Emily Hornyak, playing A, the High Elf Protection Cleric.
I'm Sarah Holloman, and I play Ylorhana, and I'm your resident rogue.
I'm Kai from Hex and Slash on Instagram. I play a Water Genasi monk named Lapis Lazuli. Or do I?
And I'm Rebecca Meacham, and I will be playing your resident Goliath Barbarian, Restrana Lord Killer Calthagarenthee, und das ist meine Golden Eagle, Nazula, Vollblinder, Calthagarenthee.
Now, without further ado, let's dive into Eddonia. When we last left our troubadour of adventurers, we found ourselves in the town of Wealdstone, within the Varani province of Eddonia. Our adventurers had met one another in the Crooked Trout Tavern, the watering hole for weary and wayward travelers. Some had just come home from schooling, as was the case with the Water Genasi monk Lapis Lazuli Nightwater, the daughter of the owners of the Crooked Trout. Others were on a more personal quest with the mysterious ethereal high elf cleric A and her guardians, a wiry crossbow-toting Kenku named Click Boom, and a scrawny half-orc who called himself Rashagame. Few, like the Goliath Barbarian, Restrana, Lord Killer Calthagarenthee, and her golden eagle Nazula Foolblinder, were in the town offering their aid wherever they saw fit, as it was a fresh change of pace from their day-to-day lives. But some, such as the veiled rogue Ylorhana, had unclear motives as to why they were in the town. Regardless, these unique personalities met through some very unusual circumstances. With the arrival of the swashbuckling bard Shadows Cockburn and his troupe of talented entertainers, Baron Beltran's Bizarre Bazaar, it had come to the attention of he and his ringleader that a group of troublesome bandits had come into the town, taking one of their troop hostage. Upon springing into action, the group ran out into the streets, whereupon they found a woman, who was later revealed to be Sirona, the leader of a band of marauders known as the Sabers. Dressed in furs and leathers, wielding a great warhammer, with a red-eyed giant badger by her side, demanded the town release to her their mayor, Alaris Silverfall. Alaris was brought to Sirona in binds as the town watched on in bated breath. Sirona loudly exclaimed that two mysterious individuals, later revealed to be Shadows and Ylorhana, had freed some that were in captivity in a fort that they took from another rival group of theirs, and armed them with weapons and armor. Sirona saw the opportunity to extort more gold from the town in order to keep protecting them from the watchful ire of the Magisterium and the Arcane Guard, for reasons unknown to the party. Sirona then offered an ultimatum: double the pay that they were already receiving, or suffer the wrath of the Sabers. The dainty but strong A had tried to step forward, but was intercepted by her protector Rashagame, who tried and failed to defuse the situation, sending the town into utter chaos as Sirona sent her sabers and trained giant badgers to raid the town. The troop of local heroes sprang into action with clashes of steel, the slinging of spells, flurries of blows, and some well-aimed shots. They dispatched a few of the sabers and badgers and made their way deeper into town, successfully preventing any of them from infiltrating the Clank Tank, Wealdstone's premier gunsmith, in which they met the proprietor of the shop, Ianric, a young-looking disabled wood elf. Click was very intrigued by Ianric, and stayed by his side as he helped repair a hunting rifle that Click found just a couple days earlier, later to be revealed as the rifle of the fallen Raven. The rest of the group decided to check the rest of the town and gather gear to infiltrate an old arcane guardsman fort that the Sabres were residing in, Fort Ylorhana, as was brought to their attention by Lila, the half-orc paladin that protects Whalestone. The heroes took rest at the Crooked Trout, some having peaceful sleep and others feeling totally unrested, where they had their first level up to level 3. It took a while for the group to get moving after Restrana felt insulted by one of her neighbors complaining about her noise. Regardless, the heroes set off towards Fort Ylorhana, geared up and ready to go. Or, so they thought. The next day into their journey, the group came across 3 individuals, later identified as members of the family, the Magisterium-sanctioned, quote-unquote, problem-solver mercenary group. A scimitar-wielding bugbear, a silent but deadly ranger, and an opalescent sage Kalishtar had warned the group they were pursuing a contract regarding ogre attacks. Not being able to act quick enough, the lengthy discussion drew out the ogres from the nearby tree line, ambushing everyone. Yeah, I prepared for this. So, these ogres emerge from the tree line, carrying great clubs on their backs. As they push past trees, you can hear the sound of trunks breaking, leaves rustling, couple birds flying off into the distance. What do you all do?
Do I know that, like, through history, like, is this their, like, normal pattern, or, like, is this normal activity for them?
Roll a history check.
Huh.
Or nature, whichever you're proficient in.
Let's see. History. Okay, no, I'm gonna do history. That was a natural roll 18 with my +4, 22.
Yeah, so these lands that you're in currently are a pseudo mix of swampland mixed with high rising forest. So this is a pretty natural environment for ogres.
Okay.
However, they do not come out unless provoked normally. So
Alright.
your assumption is that because you were all discussing what was going on at great length and at great volume, they got curious and decided to come out.
I'm gonna look to Rez and I'm gonna be like, what'd you do?
Listen, I don't think I did anything
Yeah, that's
except
the problem,
just
is
be
you said-
myself.
You think
Yes.
you didn't do anything.
Listen,
which usually
With
means
the sass, shut the fuck up with the sass. No,
you did
this will work
something.
out. Okay, so... So anyway, I heard a lot of birds, but can we maybe form some kind of a distraction?
I'd assume they're still, like, barreling towards us, pretty much.
You see them off. The tree line is about. It's not like right up against the path that you're on. It's about 50 or so feet back, so
Okay.
there is time to hide, regroup, form a strategy. They're just sort of scanning the area, and you see one of them just take his great club off of his back and just sort of slam it onto the ground with a resounding thud, and you can hear the scurrying of woodland creatures off in the distance in the tree line.
Ylorhana got herself thrown 30 feet from what I remember the last time.
Were we reading that? I feel like we were.
Because
We were at
snuck
the
up
end of
on
combat.
the one,
A
and
lot of
they-
this will get retconned because I don't remember a lot. It's been a while. So if you remember correctly, Ylorhana, you are 30 feet away from the tree line. Ylorhana, you do see about 20 feet from you, these ogres are starting to scan the area, sort of at eye level. They're not really like looking down. What would your reaction be?
Probably going to fog cloud.
Okay. So let me
You're just gonna ninja screen out of there?
let me pull up what fog cloud does. You stand up, or are you standing up or are you crouching down? Okay, so you stand up and you recall the dream that you had the prior night of the mist taking form around you in that familiar but also unfamiliar forest, and you sort of channel that energy around you as you all see emerging from her centered location a plume of fog emerge, first from her feet, then envelop her and spread out about 20 feet in a 20-foot radius. The ogres look down and they're sort of confused, but they don't seem to even bother with checking out what that is.
Are the ogres visible above the fog?
Yes, yeah.
Good.
Oh god. Oh god. Oh no.
Click is going to look at A and kind of slip the rifle around the front end and kind of loosely grip it and just kind of look up, sort of ish for permission.
Not yet.
Fuck.
Who has a passive perception higher than 13?
I have a 13.
I have a 14.
I have 15.
I'm 11.
Pass.
Wow, look at the trees.
I also have 11.
Wow, also look at
And
the
yours is
trees.
15.
Yes, those
Okay.
are nice trees.
So,
So it's like you and I were like,
What are we doing?
so everyone except for Restrana and Shados, who are more so focused on the ogres at the current moment,
Big
you
fucking
all hear
ogres.
the sound of what appears to be blades whirring in the air at a very rapid speed, and the sound of a steam engine as comes swooping down from the sky an airship. Click. Make a perception check for me.
Not great, but not bad.
Just looking up at the sky, just like
15?
What is
15.
that?
You look up and you see a very familiar sight on the airship. You see on the airship are 10 family members, all dressed in their crimson capes, and one that seems to stand out the most among the rest. You see at the helm of the... It's not who you think. At the helm of the airship is an Aarakocra in the same visage of a peacock. Literal rainbow feathers, sporting a red feathered mohawk. As the airship swoops down, you hear the sounds of rifles being loaded simultaneously, and you all hear, "Ready?
Oh no!
Aim!
Shit!
Fire!" As all these bullets come raining down onto the ogres, hitting them in the shoulders, in the chest, under the ribs, and eventually in the temple as these two ogres fall down with resounding thuds. Make a dexterity check.
that was coming.
Are you gonna say the full name?
12. I die.
And splat.
All of a sudden, the theme from Boys in the Hood starts playing.
What a hood! What a hood!
Okay, so you nimbly dodge out of the radius of one of the ogres that falls, but the other one, you just barely scramble out to get out of the way of this other falling ogre. None of them fall on you. You manage to duck out of your fog cloud and run back towards the group.
Were we able to? Well, was I able to see like that nice little like timber and just like oh
Yeah, no,
oh.
you all see it. Like, these ogres are taller than the fog cloud itself. So as the ogres fall, you see the airship sort of hover about 60 or so feet in the air, and it starts to lower ever so slightly, dispersing the fog cloud that you made, and lands in a clearing. This is not a large airship by any means. It's about a 20-foot long airship, but it is very powerful as far as its engine, its propellers, and you can all see more clearly this elegant, regal, pompous-looking peacock Aarakocra with multitudes of blue feathers cascading down his torso along his wings, and sitting atop of his head is a giant red feather mohawk. He looks over towards all of you and goes, it seems I just came at the right moment.
We had it covered.
I'm sure you did.
Ylorhana's just laying on the ground like,
I want to go over to Ylorhana and be like, yeah, that was impressive.
oh yeah, I thought so.
I'm just gonna pat your head.
Can I help? Can you help me?
No, I'm already gone.
But I'm sorry, we're not quite acquainted yet. Who are you?
Do you have your hood up or your hood down?
Ooh.
My hood is up. My hood is always up.
I want to sneak up behind her and take her hood down.
Are you?
Yep.
What?
Yep. You heard me. What?
Oh.
I'm gonna do a nice little careen, like as I like go to check up on you. I'm gonna give you a little head pat, and then I'm gonna go up behind you and just.
Okay, I need you to make a sleight of hand check against her passive perception.
Okay. Not bad. 19.
Oh shit.
So, Lapis, you circle around back and give A nice little head pat as you quickly take the hood down. What does A look like now that everyone can see her more clearly?
I enjoy seeing the eyes. They say the eyes are the doorways into the soul, or something like that. Shut up! Don't talk to me.
That was deep.
Is she ugly? What?
You start to see Click signing to you. I'm so sorry. I'm so very, very sorry. I don't know what to do.
So what she reveals is hair is actually quite almost white blonde, and on her forehead there are very, very intricate tattoos that you've never.
Yeah, would I have seen?
Would she know the history of it?
Ooh.
The meaning behind them.
Ooh, history?
The DC is going to be extremely high.
That's.
but you
I'll
can
still
roll for
try.
it,
Yeah.
Gets it.
Nah, it was a 9. Never mind. Those are
No.
pretty.
You've no idea what you've just done. Like literally, I may have to create this character a lot more quickly than I thought.
Oh my.
Oh no.
So, as the hood is removed, you see for a split second just the tattoos on her forehead, on her face, and suddenly you've all noticed that she has been wearing this bracelet around her wrist. Disappears, appears on her head as a crown.
A
So
very,
you're-
very intricate crown with jewels embedded in it.
So your nobility.
The Aarakocra looks. The,
It was literally shaking.
we're only, 10 minutes into this?
I'm like freaking out. Breathe.
So the Aarakocra looks at all of you and sort of gives you a once over. Says, "Whoever you are, it doesn't seem to be by the 8!" And he immediately postulates himself onto the ground, kneeling before you, and goes, "Milady, I didn't realize you'd be here."
Please stand up. Please.
Oh, so do you run the family? Just shut the fuck up. Just stop.
His
fucking
head is
talking.
deeply bowed as a sign of deep respect and regard towards you.
No, I know where she's
Please
from.
rise. We are all here.
He rises and he goes, Don't you remember? I'm Arma. And then as soon as he goes to say his name, he twitches a bit and make a perception check for me.
Oh.
Am I seeing this?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're all together.
That would be a nat 1.
He twitches a bit and it almost seems like he caught himself mid-sentence and he goes, "I'm Chroma. I lead the Varani branch of the family.
Yes.
Did I notice that?
My family is a very high renown in Colvier, and I'm sure we have done dealings together."
Yes. Can I roll for history now that I have some context?
Yes.
Can I roll for insight?
Yes.
I would like to as well.
18.
Yeah. You're wrong.
That was a nat 20. It's gonna be one of those days. Plus 6, so 26.
So for history?
Yes.
Okay, so you recognize this very outstanding visage. It was not a hard DC whatsoever. This outstanding visage of blue plumes of feathers. This is a member of the Blue Feather household in Colvier, one of the top premier noble houses. They act as diplomatic liaisons to other countries, and it's not at all uncommon to see a member of the Blue Feather household to be outside of Colvier. However, he could not say his first name.
Would I know why?
Unfortunately, no.
Okay. I don't
And
wanna
then
know.
you got an 18 for insight and
22.
22. He seems as genuine as he is pompous.
Wait, so we got the same response?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Mhm.
I'm gonna just stare at him and just go, I don't not believe you, but I also don't believe you. Also, you're royalty? And just like immediately just switch to her and I start taking notes.
This is Princess Eowyn,
But I know who she is.
the next in line for the throne of Colvier.
Oh Jesus. The what? What I know about like the history of her and her family and her house.
Yeah.
Do you want me to roll for it?
It depends on how deep she wants to know, but it's fucking princess. You can't know about them.
I'm just gonna go up behind her and I'm gonna put her hood back.
You put the hood back.
Slowly raises it.
And then I'm gonna like slightly put my arm around her.
So you put the hood back up. You can roll history if you want to.
Okay. How do you spell it? Eowyn?
It is spelled. Fun fact.
22, by the way.
A and Owen?
It's her name is Eowyn. She introduces herself as A, because it's her shortened name of it, but it's not the actual letter A, as you guys have all been assuming.
Yeah. You're gonna have to change your name in the group chat now.
Yeah, I know! I am literally shaking. I have to type it out because it's usually my username on everything, so...
EYOWEN.
Thank you, 'cause I can't think of it.
EYOWEN?
EYOWEN.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Sorry.
You're good.
I'm just gonna put down A equals Princess Aowen. Called it.
Called it.
So I got 22 on history.
22. You tell me more.
I did the same thing to you first run around.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, exactly. So I had to be
No,
somebody.
you fell into me and then like saw my.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yep.
And then I was like.
And I still know who you
"Excuse
are,
me."
even in this one. Yeah.
So, you know, from your time spent at the Cobalt Soul in Eddonia, you did study the other countries and cultures in Khotan Vos to better understand them, in case you were ever sent out on missions to those countries, were ever sent as a liaison to other networks. You know that in Colvier that elves are the predominant ruling race, that they operate on a aristocracy, so pure bloodline royalty as far as controlling the country. They are extremely highly urbanized. Like, we are talking about equivalent to 20th century in our time.
Okay, so you're like the Steve Jobs of the group, pretty much.
They pride themselves on their vineyards and their exporting of grain food because it is considered to be the best of the best. It fetches high prices in the market.
I think like France.
Yeah, that's what I was literally thinking, like the swankiest of swanky.
Their technology is akin to that of 20th century in our realm, but their architecture is very much based around the reverence of elves who came before.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna feverishly like stare at her and just take notes and like sketch her face and like get like detailed.
While I'm next to her, I'm gonna be like, "Are you in danger?"
Blink twice if you want to be rescued.
Another note too. So when you put her hood back up,
Yeah.
the crown immediately disappears and turns back into a bracelet onto her wrist.
Interesting. I'm gonna look this up later. And then just take some more notes.
I'm gonna walk past Lapis and gently smack her upside the back of the head.
Oh, please make a strength check. 'Cause I really want you to just slap me into oblivion.
Decapitates and laughs.
No, you just sort of NCIS gives her.
Yeah, exactly. Just gib slap. And I'm gonna go walk up to Awen, and just go, "Hey, so
I would
So
actually
you're-
prefer if you just guys call me A.
Did you run away because someone's invading your hometown, or are you guys under attack recently? I haven't.
No.
You sure?
So why did you leave? You're royalty and you're kind of good, so
This
I'm
is a
confused."
conversation for a different time.
Chroma steps in and goes, "Princess, why are you associating yourselves with these lower peons?"
Excuse you?
Fuck do you
think?
We just start doing the hands up like, fucking excuse you? What?
Please.
I stand as acting lieutenant of the Varani branch. If there's anything that we can do for you, please.
Please. Don't tell anyone I'm here.
Why?
Please, if you value my life, you will not tell anyone I am here.
Roll persuasion,
I think
please.
that's a yes on the danger.
A 23.
As you wish, milady.
Oh, thank God. Can we, I will answer questions not here out in the open.
I just start fiercely looking around like,
We need an exit plan. We need an exit plan.
who's staring at us?
She just looks at Click and is just utterly freaking out because he knows. Because she told him everything. In their
Literally.
travels. Because she knew he couldn't tell anyone. Because she told it to him through through DSL. So he cannot repeat the words.
Ooh.
Click's just kind of sitting there, standing there, not really sure what to do with
I
himself.
was gonna say, Click is floored. He's now sitting, just staring, like, beak open.
Chroma takes a look at you, Eowyn, and says, "You're much older than I remember seeing you last. It's been a long time since I have seen you. How's the Queen?"
She's fine as far as I know.
As far as you know, what brings you here?
I'm hiding.
From who?
Shadows makes a good point. Last the Cobalt Soul reported, everything was...
Wait, your face.
This is how you fuck up a player in session 4.
I'm sorry, it's what Lapis would have done! Lapis doesn't like hooded people!
That's what my character would do.
You tell me it isn't. Ylorhana has no idea how to console people, so she's just like,
Pat.
Like burping a baby.
yeah.
I'm gonna go
Don't-
stand over next to Click and rustle his feathers as a like, you're good, buddy.
Click is kind of standing there, and he's kind of tense now, not sure what to do. Like, he's actually, like, gripping the rifle. Not, like, offensively, just kind of, like...
Nervously.
Doesn't know what to do with himself. And then when people start asking questions again, he goes up and he stands in front of A and repeats in her voice, "Later."
Real quick, everyone roll a d20 for me.
Yay!
Are we adding anything to
I'm
it?
so dead.
No? Okay.
Nope.
Just straight d20.
Oh, fuck me.
Around the table, I'll give you a break. Starting with Jesse, what did everyone get?
2.
2?
Nice.
4.
6!
14!
Damn it!
13.
Nice!
Oh my god, Emily!
For those listeners, that is a unnatural 1.
A resounding one.
I'm literally crying.
I got you. I actually know how to console people.
So, Chroma squints his eyes a bit and looks towards you and says, "My duty comes to my country first, and not to this God's forsaken organization. These men are at my command. Now, don't wish any ill will upon you. But prophecy states someone will be born that will burn the world to cinders, and I cannot stand by."
What? Ooh, I'm gonna get in front of her.
I'm gonna grab my axe and walk up in front of her.
Me and Restrana are like,
And pray tell, what do the two of you think that you are doing?
Protecting our friend.
We will see about that.
come on.
Everyone roll initiative.
Yeah, bitch.
Okay, so initiative 25 to 20.
24.
21.
23.
Hold on. Gotta add my 22.
Okay, so
Jeez.
24. 23.
Who got 23?
So let me
Woo!
write this
Number
down
2,
here.
baby.
22.
22. And then you got 21.
21. 21.
21.
Did everyone go before me?
Literally everyone is. Well, besides Ylorhana.
Yeah, I'm last, probably.
20 to 15.
Yeah, you're last.
19.
19.
Not high.
Can we just run away so I can survive, please?
Nah, we're too late.
And then
They have an airship.
That's true.
We are here.
okay.
There you go.
We're all just running like.
To the trees!
Okay.
Kept those
so,
fucking trolls alive.
No, he killed him, so there wasn't any point.
Maybe we could have persuaded.
No.
Chroma steps forward in a very purposeful gait towards all of you, and you're all spread out pretty fairly. And he looks at all of you and goes, "This is for my country." Click. You're first.
Okay. Is he holding anything in particular? Like a weapon?
Seems to be readying a spell.
Too bad we don't have Dispel.
You can see his red feather on top of his head twitch a little bit,
Adorable.
and terrifying.
I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna get you. You gotta be quicker than that.
Okay. So I'm gonna use my grit right off the top.
You're gonna what?
I'm gonna use my grit right off the top.
Okay, go for it.
What's my wisdom? Okay.
Turn this slightly because I don't know if you can see this.
Click is exceedingly paranoid about this and on edge. I'm gonna go for it. I'm gonna use 2 grit points on a violent shot.
Ooh.
Oh no, please don't kill me.
No.
Why would we kill you?
Okay, so also too, as he stepped forward, forgot to mention this, he motioned to the family by raising his fist up in the air and holding it, which, Click, you know as the family symbol for hold until I tell you.
Yeah, so do you really want to do that?
Or not hold until I tell you, stand back.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Would I have ever heard the word duel before?
Ooh.
I would think so.
Mm. No, maybe in the town square.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Either
or one
then
on one or something.
or in your past, so I will say yes.
No, 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 no.
Well, we're in initiative order. It's already lethal. I don't think there's much time to talk no more.
You're all in initiative order, so even if they are engaged in combat one-on-one, everyone will still have a chance to do something.
Mm-hmm.
So, but we'll see how this plays out.
No. No.
As far as you're concerned, Aowen, you're at the bottom of the initiative order, so you're not able to talk to him.
I know. I'm talking to Jesse. That's Emily. No.
Make a decision in 5, 4, 3, 2.
I step forward and I say duel.
Oh, shit's getting real, guys.
Question. Does that close the initiative, or does it go through it?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
It'll still go through the initiative.
Okay.
Second question: are me and Ylorhana still in front of Ed?
Yeah, we're
Yes.
all in.
Okay.
Except
Still
for
in the
me,
same
I'm
spot.
behind her. Everybody
Gotcha.
else is in front of her.
Okay.
Shadows is having a backy.
He's just like,
Chroma looks at you, Click, and says, "Excuse me. You want to duel one of the most powerful sorcerers Koviera has ever seen. 9 hells Eddonia has ever seen. No, nay, Khotan Vas."
I reach into my armor right under the chest, and I pull out the contract, and I look at him and I say, "All charge."
He kneels down to you, and he says, "Fuck the charge. This is about the very balance of the world. If I die fighting for what I believe in, then so be it.
If I die fighting for what I believe in, then so be it."
Figured.
Roll a persuasion attempt."
Time to do my battle stretches.
Can I bless him?
lunges.
Can
He already rolled.
Yep.
I did. That was a natural 20,
Woo!
but I don't have any mods, so it's just a straight 20.
I mean, that's still good though.
He rolled a 15 against it. Very well. Now, considering your origin, I don't expect you to be able to speak for yourself, so simply lay out the terms of the duel.
I'm going to look over to Eowyn.
I just want to take my initiative.
And
You'll be able to say one thing to Eowyn before we proceed down the initiative. There's so much fucking tension right now.
Yeah.
This is great.
For our listeners at home, we're just a bunch of nerds sitting around a table, all freaking the fuck out.
We're all friends here.
We're all friends here.
And then Lapis dies.
An untimely death.
Mysteriously.
what are you talking about? We're gonna get TPK'd.
Literally. I have a plan.
YOLO. Me too.
I have a plan.
Session 4, death.
And that's the podcast.
Yay!
Everyone
I'm going
make
to
new
look at them.
characters.
And I'm going to say,
Very light.
by honor of the family, to you, by honor of the family, duel between me and his second. If I win, then we get a head start of 3 days. If not, then that's the end of the deal.
Okay.
Am I able to respond yet? No,
Not
I have to
yet.
wait.
You have to wait until your initiative rolls up, and it is now Lapis. So Lapis, what would you like to do?
Lapis, in realizing she fucked up, is gonna do a pseudo airbender or like waterbender movement and use create water around his face and then use shape water and turn it into ice. But that means I burned my second slot spell and it's done. I can't do it again.
Guys, I gotta stand.
That's a great
Gotta pace. Gotta pace.
So you said
But
you
it's a
use-
5-foot cube.
You use
5
create
foot by
water
5
first.
foot. Yeah.
So he's just gonna topple over.
Yeah.
If it's successful.
Well, it's not like it has a DC. It happens. It is a thing. It happens. And then shape water I have as a cantrip, so I can just
Keep
pop
shaking
that
water.
off. So
Turn
I
on the bird.
so I basically just use my action and my bonus action to just encase this fucker in ice.
And you absolutely did do that.
Yup.
So as
And it lasts an hour.
So, it's solid ice surrounding his head.
Yeah.
So, as Lapis does this, you all see this cube of water form around Chroma. Chroma is going to, as a reaction,
It's instantaneous. Does that count?
you can still use a reaction.
Okay.
It's going to cast Counterspell.
For the create water or the shape water?
For the... He sees the water surround his head
Okay.
and immediately knows something is going to happen, so he casts Counterspell.
So that would be the that'd be the shape water, right?
Yes.
Okay. So we just have to keep him in there for 2 minutes.
For the shape water? Well, no, my shape water is a cantrip, so I can just do it again.
Your next turn.
Yeah, it's a cantrip. It's not a spell. It's not like he completely burnt it. What burnt my second level slot was creating the water.
Yeah, he's counterspelling the create water.
Oh.
Yeah.
But water will fall around him.
Yeah.
Which means I can still use shape water. So I'm going to shape that water around his face again and make it ice. I'm not creating it. It's already created. You tell me I'm wrong.
You're not wrong.
Exactly. It might
So-
not be his whole body, but at least it's his face.
So he reacts by sort of scoffing, just goes, "You think that could best?"
Okay.
Suddenly, ice surrounds his face as he realizes his own mistake.
So I'm going to, at that point, walk up to him, like, through everybody, and walk up to him and say, you can either forget that this was a thing, or we can make it worse for you. Because this can last for an hour.
Roll intimidation.
Can I assist on intimidation?
I haven't rolled yet, so you might as well add your own flair to it.
Yeah, I'll allow that.
Alright.
So does that mean I roll twice?
So, so both of you could either roll individually, or you could roll with advantage.
What's your intimidation?
+4.
We'll roll separately.
Okay. I'm just gonna stand behind Lapis menacingly. So that's a 18 plus 4, so that's 22.
She got it. I got a 15. I need a 1 for yes and a 2 for no.
Well, I guess I'm not part of the family anymore.
We are now the family's #1 enemy.
As soon as you walk up with Restrana giving her best teeth-bearing grimace to back up your attempts at intimidating this highly regarded noble in Colvier. He starts like clamoring at the ice because he knows he can't breathe for that long, and all of you see the family behind him sort of look at each other quizzically and lower their arms, and they're just watching what's going on because they were given the order to stand back. He raises his hand.
Oh
If I roll an odd, he puts up a 1. If he rolls an even, he'll put up a 2.
Okay.
1.
That's a no.
No,
Right?
You said 1 was yes.
1 was yes?
1
okay.
was yes.
It could be a book.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
We should still beat their ass.
But you already used your movement, your action,
Mm-hmm.
and an ability check.
Mm-hmm.
So next is Shados.
Yep.
I'm going to draw my sword and slice it in front of me and shout sleep at the same time.
I love you.
Okay, roll 5d8.
Oh, okay. 28.
28.
Not as good as I hoped.
Unfortunately, so you're casting it at him?
No, at the guards.
Oh, at the guards.
Well, the way it works...
Yeah, because if you roll the 7d8 and it goes from highest HP to lowest HP.
Yeah. So technically still... Fuck. That didn't work the way I wanted it to.
So, yeah, sorry. So highest HP would be Chroma, and his is way higher than that.
Yeah.
So, but you can still talk, you can still move, you still have a bonus action.
Who is next after me in initiative?
Restrana.
Restrana. I'm going to look to Restrana and say, "Go on yourself!"
We're back, baby.
Oh my god!
Sorry. Can you just... What? What did you say to do?
And suddenly you feel a surge of courage and vigor course through your veins. Third level, that's a D6.
D6.
I believe so. For Bardic Inspiration.
You a D6? You're not.
It's been years since I played it.
But that's added to your...
That's added to your
And then
ability checks, attack rolls, and saving throws.
Okay. Thank you, Shadows, for this lovely gift of the inspiration.
You're welcome. Don't fuck it up.
So it's my turn now, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So... Fuck. Alright. Where is
You're
everything
welcome.
in relation to the front of me? Like, am I looking at the helicopter right now?
Okay.
No, the helicopter's-
helicopter.
landed, and that's where they came out of.
Yeah.
The
So-
aircraft thingy.
I'll set the scene for you. So you are currently standing in front of A, to the right of Ylorhana. Ylorhana's on your left. About 10 or so feet in front of you immediately in front of you is Click. About 20 feet in front of Click is Chroma. 30 feet behind Chroma are the 10 family members. Off to the side are the 3 that you encountered earlier, the bugbear, the Kalashtar, the human. And the 10 family members are still on the airship.
Okay.
So yeah, Restrana, what would you like to do?
Okay, so I'm not gonna go big with this. I'm gonna walk up to the bird guy. What's his name? Chroma?
Yes.
Chroma. I'm gonna walk up to Chroma, and is he laying on the ground because of the...
No, he's like
the
scratching
weight?
at the key.
Okay. I'm gonna grab both of his arms and just put him behind his back and stand and face the rest of the members of the family, holding him so he can't move his arms. And I'm just gonna look at him and go, listen, man, no one wants to be here right now. I want to be back at the bar. But no, here I am, chicken winging your stupid bird ass because you had to fuck with my friends. So we can do this easy, or you don't have to have arms anymore. Your choice.
Okay. I'll ask you then to roll an opposed strength check. You can roll a strength check, add a d6 because of bardic inspiration if you would like.
That's not a d20. There we go. I can't see shit. So I'm rolling a strength check. Okay.
And if you would like to, you can add your bardic inspiration to it.
Oh, yup. Yeah. Dang. Okay, that's the 10.
He rolled a 12.
No!
Has a +0 to strength. So, you try to
I did.
strong
I
arm
rolled
him
4.
and put his wings behind his back, but he bashes it aside. And he...
It's like trying to corral a toddler. Like,
So he already used Counterspell as his reaction, so he can't take another reaction. Yeah, he can't do anything right now, but he just swats your hands away and backs up just a tad bit.
What else can I do at this moment in time?
You made an ability check, so you can use an action, a bonus action, move, and you can talk to somebody.
do you have any bonus actions?
Raging.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it's worth it yet. Trying to think about it.
Well, she only has that bonus action, so why not save it for another turn? Because she can use bonus action then rage once we're actually in combat. Because she loses it if she doesn't get hit or hit something.
Yeah, and I'm not going to be hitting anything.
I mean, for right now.
Precisely for right now.
For right now.
For right
Yeah,
now.
you're right.
Can I just...
If he breaks out, rage, kick his ass.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Yeah, because
Can
you
I-
do have advantage on stealth. I mean, strength.
Question. Just 2 seconds,
Yeah.
real quick. Each cycle is a minute, or each initiative cycle is
6 seconds.
6 seconds. Okay.
Can I just put my hand ever so gently on his shoulder, almost with like an odd, nurturing caress, and just say, I'm so glad you have chosen the hard way. Just caressing him.
Okay.
Just gently. I'm gonna rub his shoulders a little bit.
Okay. Are you trying to like intimidate or anything?
I'm just trying to fuck with him.
Okay. All right. Fair enough. So that's the end of your turn, and now it's Chroma's turn. So Chroma is going to.
Can I sign to A? Sort of like talking as a free action sort of situation. I'm going to look over at A and I'm going to sign. Tell them he's a traitor. I will repeat his dismissal of the family. Sign to them and tell them he's a traitor. I will repeat his dismissal of the family.
So unfortunately, it's not your turn.
No, I'm saying that to her, so when she gets to her turn, she can say something.
But you can't say anything to make sure I did your turn. This is all happening.
Well, he said I could sign you as a free action. Like, I'm saying to tell you that because you're on the last bit, and then I'm on the first bit. So as soon as you say it, I'm going to immediately after repeat what he said. I mean, it's up to you. I just click sign that to you. Do with that what you will.
Frantically, just like...
Air traffic controller. Got using a rifle as if it's a light up stick. Just...
Oh no, I don't like when he rolls things.
No, stop. It'll be fine.
Alright, yeah, that's fine. So Chroma is going to... Alright, so I'm going to make a ruling here that says... Because he's currently suffocating, he can't cast any spells that have any verbal components. However, he's going to look at... You're blocked. Eowyn is blocked by Restrana, by everyone.
Yeah.
So, everyone's within a 30-foot cube within range. He's going to cast Hypnotic Pattern.
Fuck. Okay.
So everyone needs to make...
no verbal with that?
No, there
That's
isn't.
weird.
So as he casts a spell, he flourishes out his tail feathers, and you see, you know how peacocks will show off for a mate? He shows off all of his feathers, and they wave in the wind as his last-ditch effort to charm all of you. So I need everyone except for Eowyn to make a wisdom saving throw.
Oh, fuck.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, starting with Jesse and then ending with Sarah. So click.
18.
Nice.
You save. You are charmed, Shados. Restrana.
17.
Restrana saves.
17.
Lapis saves.
6.
Ylorhana fails. So currently, Shados and Ylorhana are charmed. As this happens, the two of you feel a sense of warmth rush over you, and you look over towards Chroma, and you think to yourselves, why are we doing this? We've known Chroma for so long.
Do they know him as Chroma or someone else?
I'm sorry?
Do they know him as Chroma or someone else? Like his real name?
Ooh. Ooh.
I don't know, but I'm just saying... Would they know him as actually Chroma, or would they know him as his actual name?
They would know him as his actual name.
Ooh. I hope you retain that knowledge afterwards.
Oh my god.
So
all of this is fucked on episode 4.
Are you messaging us?
Yes.
Sweet.
So I will message both of you.
The equivalent of whispers when you can't move from your fucking chair.
So, while charmed by this spell, you both are incapacitated and have a speed of 0.
Okay.
So being...
That's not bad. You're still a meat shield, but...
Yep, so being incapacitated, you cannot take actions or reactions.
Can I try to get out of it on my turn?
Yes.
Okay.
And then he's going to then burn a couple sorcery points. He's going to quicken that spell. Actually, no. I'm sorry. I forgot that he had this. He's going to spend 3 sorcery points and heighten that spell, and he will give Restrana disadvantage on the wisdom saving throw. So I need you to roll again.
No, it's not bad.
Alright.
Please?
With disadvantage?
Please?
Yeah, so you're gonna have to roll twice.
No. Just roll this one time, and if it's...
That's lower.
What is it?
What's your wisdom?
My wisdom's +4. It's an 11.
You fail.
Oh, fuck.
But you're incapacitated.
So you are
so
incapacitated.
you're
You
good.
cannot take actions or reactions, and your speed is reduced to 0.
That's fine.
That will be the end of Chroma's turn. So next is Eowyn.
I'm gonna have to do the thing, aren't I?
Mm-hmm. Do the thing.
Do the thing!
I mean, we're still in a decent position of power.
I'm gonna have to do something that goes against my moral code.
Then why would you do that? You're not in immediate danger.
Yeah, but
It's
I mean,
us against one person right now.
I don't know, like.
Like, they can't move.
Yeah, but
as far as we know, they're not gonna attack us.
He has
I don't
control of us right
know
Oh, that's
that.
true.
I'm behind all of you guys. I didn't see anything. I
You're
didn't.
fair.
How far away is he from me?
He is about, I think I said 20 feet away.
I am going to walk up to him and look him in the face and
Through the ice cube.
ice cube around his
And you
face.
see it's a little bit opaque, so you can't really make out any features. It's a little bit like obscured, almost like a Picasso mixed with Salvador Dali painting.
I am going to.
Gross.
Yeah.
I'm. Going to. Can I like talk to someone and also do a spell, or is that 2 actions?
No. Talking is a free action.
I'm going to look at the men behind him and go, "You heard him renounce you.
You mean denounce?
Whatever. Renounce your creed." And I'm just gonna look up to this guy and say, "Mom, please forgive me." And I'm going to cast Inflict Wounds at 2nd level.
Ooh.
What is that?
Inflict wounds.
Hell yeah!
Hell yeah, bitches.
Flex those.
Light this bitch up!
Go for it.
Die.
You have advantage because he's
Incapacitated and suffocating.
Isn't that 20?
That'll hit.
Ooh.
I will give you the option of either rolling your damage die and doubling it, or doing the max damage die plus additional damage die plus your spellcasting.
Second one.
Second one.
Okay, go for it.
So it would be 40 points off the bat.
Okay.
Plus what?
Plus another damage die. So roll
So-
a damage die.
4 more d10.
So like 1 more d10? Because it's a d10 damage die. Or 4 more.
Well, hold on. If it says you're...
It's 4 d10.
So then you roll 4 more d10.
Absolutely.
Hell fucking
Shit.
Lapis is gonna get a talking to after this.
That would be a 10, 17, 19, 21 more points of damage plus
Your spellcasting modifier.
my spellcasting modifier. What is my spellcasting modifier?
I think inflict wounds is just the damage dice. Like I don't think you get your...
Yeah, no, there's no like plus whatever.
Yeah.
No, this is the modified critical roll.
Oh, okay.
So like if I roll at the plus that I would add 2, plus 5 more.
That's 66 points of damage.
Hail Satan!
Please describe to us how you cut down Chroma.
Yeah! With an ice blockhead, I call it.
Holy shit.
I just place my hand on his heart and say, "I'm not meant to burn the world, I'm meant to save it." And I just pull it off. And he disintegrates in a ball of light.
Do we come out of our comas?
Yes, because Chroma is dead.
Dead.
Disintegrated.
Do I keep? Does the head stay in the ice?
I mean, technically it's preserved.
The shit you have to think of as a DM.
You're welcome.
With this party, at least.
No, the head is not preserved.
bitch.
It's disintegrated along with the rest of the body. It's not like it was encased in... It's not like it was encased in carbonite or something.
Rude.
Yeah. Okay.
Hey, physics. So, you all see...
Physics in my fantasy game? Excuse you?
You see Chroma disintegrate into a ball of light, and it is blinding towards everyone. The family members have to shield their eyes away from the blinding light. All of you have to look away, except for Restrana, Shados, and Ylorhana, who are still entranced by the display of feathers.
So much retinal damage.
Is it like Trump looking at the solar eclipse?
As soon as he disintegrates, the three of you return back to your senses, and all that is left is a pile of wet ash because of the shape water, create or destroy water cast by Lapis earlier. The family members all take a look at the display of what happened. Some of them gasp, some of them have to hold back vomit, some of them are confused, some of them angry. There's a whole mix of different emotions happening at once as they have no idea what to do next. You all see the bugbear approach the pile and sift through it. And he looks at each and every one of you and goes, "That man was a dick anyway."
Yes! Yes!
Woo!
He denounced Stark Creed. He deserved to die. Well done, Your Majesty.
Ooh.
So, after our little break, to recount the events that happened. So, the group of adventurers that we have here had been tasked by Lila, the half-orc sort of guardian of Whalestone, to investigate, infiltrate, and clear out a fort of sabers that had been threatening their quaint little town with promises of extortion and overall chaos. On the way to the fort, as was intended by the party came across 3 members of the magisterium-sanctioned guild, the Family, in which they had stated that they were on the lookout for a couple of ogres that had been terrorizing the area, stealing crops, eating livestock, etc., etc. Those ogres were deftly taken care of by the leader of the Varani branch of the family, known solely as Chroma, upon which, landing via airship alongside 10 other family members, had recognized Eowyn, the High Elf protection cleric of the group. After noticing her tattoos on her face, had come to realize that she had been part of a prophecy that had promised the destruction of the very world in which everyone resided in, and took it upon himself to forego his duties as a lieutenant of family to deal with her personally. A fantastic strategy was devised by Lapis to encase Chroma's head in ice using Create or Destroy Water plus Shape Water, removing him of any capacity to cast verbal spells, in which he had to resort to other means. He managed to charm half the party and incapacitate them, but not for too long, as Eowyn had approached and, foregoing her moral code of protecting those weaker than her, had decided to strike him down where he stood in an orb of divine energy and light. The bugbear that they had all come across, the one family member, had reached down and filtered through the ashes and looked at all of them and congratulated them on dispatching a rogue member of the family who decided to turn on them and forsake their duty towards the magisterium. So, as you were all standing there in the after effects of what had just happened, the bugbear turns to you, Eowyn, and says, "You have my thanks for dispatching of this rogue lieutenant of ours. Methods against the family are not to be handled lightly. And what you did was obviously very difficult. Allow me to introduce myself. My apologies. My code name, rather, is Stonewall. And these two here are my compatriots." He points to the Kalashtar, and the Kalashtar approaches and says, "My name is Oracle. I foresaw these events happening." "Very well. You did well." And she steps back, and the human ranger steps forward and just gives you a nod of approval, and Stonewall looks over towards him and says, "Guts doesn't really speak that much. He hasn't even spoken to us ever since he joined. But regardless, that's Guts, that's Oracle, I'm Stonewall." And he points to the rest of the family members on the airship and goes, "We all come from different walks of life. And I'm sure your friend here, our comrade, could do a little bit better explaining, but when we're tasked to join the family, we are given a strict set of rules to follow by. Rule number 1, the contract comes first. Rule number 2, never turn against family. And rule number 3, whoever you were in the past stays dead. Which is why we're given our new names, based on events that have shaped us into who we've become in the family. Now, we owe you our thanks, and it was fucking luck that he came through to take care of those ogres for us, but we best be off, and we wish you all the best of luck on your journeys. Now, if there's anything that we can do for you, do not hesitate to stop by the branch office in Varain."
May I make one request?
Absolutely.
You heard my true name today.
Yes.
He no longer exists.
He nods and says, "Very well." He turns over towards the other men, and he goes, "As acting lieutenant of the Varaini branch of the family, my orders are thus. Return back to the branch. We will elect a new lieutenant. We regroup, we refuel. And if anyone asks what happened today, the ogre's got Chroma. And he looks over towards all of you and just gives you a slight wink.
Click is going to go up to him and, in response to Ace saying that he is going to look at Stonewall and say, "Who you are in the past stays dead."
Kneels down to you, ruffles your head feathers a bit. Says, "Keep up the good work. Who knows? You may be leading us one day. But neither here nor there. Men, let's say we get out of this." And he turns to leave and walks up onto the deck of the airship, and you see the airship rise slightly above the ground and hover for a moment as he looks down and sort of circles his hand in the air as a go ahead to make their way towards the airship dockyard in Vrain. You all stand there and you look towards the pile of ash, and you see a faint glimmer in the ash.
I go to get it.
You see a ring and you pick it up.
I'll put it on.
Okay.
Scientific method. Fuck it. Try it and see what happens.
Episode 4, fuck around, find
out. Yep.
Before Stonewall leaves, Click is going to also motion him once more and says, "As acting lieutenant, Wildstone requests aid."
He turns around and looks at you. If they've requested aid, how come we haven't received any of the contracts?
And Click looks over at A and motions his hands in a number of ways, and it translates to, "They were intercepted."
They were intercepted by someone.
Well, from what I see, you've got a couple options here. You can either find out where the original contracts were, and we'll be happy to oblige by them, no cost. But in that lies the problem. We cannot be constant protectors of a town. We have other contractual obligations that file through day in after day in after day in. And we cannot tie ourselves down to a singular location. We do that, we get too comfortable, we get weak, and our numbers dwindle. However, I do have an alternative. If you find the missing contracts, or if the mayor of your town provides a contract requesting training for those that are willing to step up and become the guards of your town, we will be more than happy to oblige by that. Does that sound like a fair deal?
Yes.
Yes.
Very well. Now, Is there anything else that I can help you all with?
Thank you.
My pleasure.
Are we going to Varane?
We just came from.
I thought we came from.
No, we came from
Where-
Wales.
Yep.
We
Are we
are on the
going
way to Varane.
They're going to Varane too, right?
Yeah. They're
Can we hitch a ride?
you're currently on the path towards Fort Tylone to clear out the sabers.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
right.
that's
Never
right.
mind.
That's right.
Just kidding.
So I mean, you can go to Varane if you want to.
Well, let's
Not
go do this
now.
thing
Yeah.
first.
Yeah.
Let's actually do.
We're getting ahead of ourselves.
Yeah. Alright.
So I put this ring on.
Also, Ylorhana is going to go over to the ogres.
Okay. What were you looking to do?
Just like, search their bodies.
You search their bodies, and they haven't been carrying anything really on them. Ogres are very nomadic, but they do set up like their own sort of home base to operate from. So maybe on their person they had satchels of very old, dried, rotted game, and their weapons, great clubs. That's about it.
How big are the great clubs?
Oh, Jesus Christ.
They're about as tall as you are.
Just kidding.
Like-
Okay. Never mind.
No, they're ogre sized.
Okay.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen that mod of Skyrim where you can pick up the Giants clubs?
Yes.
Yep.
Yes. Exactly that.
Baseball bat a motherfucker like 1,000 meters into the air.
Yep.
It's too much strength that you do not have.
Yeah, pretty much.
So put this ring on.
You put the ring on, and it seems to hum a bit with arcane energy, but the nature of it is unknown to you.
I'm gonna keep it.
Okay.
I'm gonna fuck around and find out.
Yeah. So you can add to your inventory unidentified ring.
Sketchy ring.
Mm-hmm.
Stonewall takes a final look at all of you and gives a very firm, but with a high enough passive perception can determine, or passive insight rather, can determine solemn nod. Turns back to the airship and gives the signal to go ahead, and you see them fly off into the southern direction towards Varane.
I'm gonna go up to A, and I'm gonna take off my amulet of proof against detection and location and just put it on you and just be like, I'm sorry. You seem to need this more than me. And now you have that.
Okay.
It does require attunement, though, so you will have to spend a short rest to attune to it.
Okay. What did you give me?
Amulet of proof against detection or location. And location. It's my uncommon item I picked.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
I'm gonna go up to Lapis,
Oh no.
and Click is just going to look up at you and just kind of use a finger to like motion you down to his level,
I'm gonna come down to your level.
and then he's gonna smack you in the back of the head and say, "What the fuck?"
Scientific method! I had to find out!
Yeah, you had to find out then. You couldn't wait till, back in tavern or anything else. You had to wait.
Now seemed like a perfectly good time.
Oh, to get us killed, to get us fucking
They
killed.
were reasonably
Oh,
related. Please stop. What time is it?
let's see.
Because we had
you-
just fucking left.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, you just left
save.
from the first, or the first. This is after your first day of travel.
Mm-hmm.
Spent a couple hours. I want to say this is around 11 in the morning.
God damn it.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Since I just got... We need to keep moving. I can't stay in one place for too long. If the promises of answering any questions you will have. But let's keep moving.
Okay.
Onward.
Fair enough. So the 6 of you continue your journey towards Fort Tyloni, and as you walk along this beaten path towards the fort, you can start to feel the dirt path underneath you start to give way a little bit towards more marsh swamp land. As you look over towards your right, you can see the fallowed mire, the infamous swamp that surrounds the perimeter of Varain and separates it from any sort of intrusion as far as a natural defense mechanism. You spend the next couple hours trudging along, and I need all of you to roll a d20.
No one roll any ones.
Shadows cockburn.
Did you?
You motherfucker.
Tom.
Is that another one?
No!
I rolled decently, guys.
Me too!
I rolled decent.
Okay, so this time starting with Eowyn and going around the table. What did you all get?
9.
9?
17.
17?
4.
4?
14.
14?
9.
1?
Another one.
And another 1.
Another one.
Another one. DJ Khaled. Another one.
Okay, so
Fuck.
this is what happens.
Great.
For the next couple hours or so, you begin to start to feel the effects of the swamp's gases start to seep into the pathway that you're currently on. As you're trudging along, click. You happen to step foot in just the wrong way. Are you carrying your rifle at all?
Yeah. Well, I assume it was shouldered if we're like actually hiking.
Okay. You and both Shadows are not accustomed to the terrain that has now been presented to you. And because of the trudging along, you two both suffer one level of exhaustion.
Huh. Could have been worse, but also not good.
Disadvantage on everything?
Disadvantage on ability checks.
Oh, it's ability checks. That's not attack.
And attacks, I believe.
No.
No, I think that's
No,
level
that's
2.
That's level
that's
2.
three.
That's 3?
Yeah,
Really?
3. Level
Okay.
2 is speed is halved.
Okay.
Do
Y'all
the
just
rest
stupid.
do the rest of us notice that they're like super exhausted?
Yeah, so you can see, because this is the month of Ludaire, it's still a little bit, it's in that nice median between winter and spring where you can sort of still see your breath in the air, but it's not as visible as it would be in the wintertime. You can see Shadows and Click start to have more labored breathing, and you can start to see their breath more visibly in the air as you all are trudging along. And Shadows at one point just stops and sits on a log and pulls out a pack of cigarettes and lights one up and sits there for a bit trying to catch his breath.
Lapis is gonna
It's
walk
like me
up to
on
him
a
and
hike.
be like, I didn't realize you were a fucking pansy.
Excuse me?
You heard me.
Fuck you.
Later. And then
No,
just
we won't be
trudges
doing
along.
that.
So I notice that Click is looking real rough, and I feel bad. So can I pick Click up and carry him?
I mean, you're like, what, how?
I'm like...
I'm
Not
4'3". I'm itty bitty.
Yeah, you itty bitty titty
And
committee.
you weigh, what, like around 30 pounds?
I believe so.
Okay.
Somewhere between 30 and 50. Hollow bones.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's your current carrying weight?
My current weight that I'm carrying is 221, but I'm still unencumbered.
Okay, yeah, then you'd be fine carrying him. So you take Click and pick him up underneath the wings as you would a toddler and place him. Do you place him on the shoulders or like piggyback?
I place him on my shoulders and then cooks Nazula up on top of your head.
Oh, that's right. You have a 4-foot-tall bird.
Or no, actually, I don't put her on top of your head. That would probably like really hurt you. So I just like...
The bird is almost
Nazula
as tall
can
as
fly.
me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nazula can fly.
Yeah, so I have Nazula go up and fly and do her bird stuff.
Yeah. In a flurry of feathers, Nazula takes to the skies and hovers about 20 feet above you all. And you all continue moving forward for about the next hour. And you can see coming closer to the horizon is this fort that you had all been tasked to come across.
While I'm up there, I'm just gonna lean my little head forward and just kind of like fall asleep for a hot second.
That's fair. Shh, the children are sleeping.
As you continue on your journey, you eventually see peeking over the horizon a small keep. Its towers present old, tattered flags of Eddonia, the crimson and gold faded and battered by the elements. At the top of the parapets, there seems to be a couple humanoids patrolling the perimeter. You can hear shouting coming from the interior, and the shape of a figure emerges to keep watch at the sally port, the entrance of the keep. You're about 400, 500 feet away from this, so you can see shapes. You can't see any definitive features. As you approach, you can see a humanoid stands at the ready, keeping a sharp eye out at the distance, and sort of you see their head scanning from side to side. And they have something that they're carrying on their back. Everyone make a perception check for me.
I'm asleep.
Yeah, so Click, you do not make a perception check, and Shadows, you make a perception check with disadvantage.
Yeah. Would I count this as a short rest? You said we're going for a couple of hours.
Yeah, you would gain the benefits of a short rest, then.
Okay. Does short rest get rid of exhaustion?
Long rest.
Long rest? Okay.
Rip.
Yeah, sorry, buddy.
No, you're fine. I just know that if I was exhausted and I was a little bird and I was walking and I was picked up onto someone's shoulders, I would just like...
The duality of man.
Okay, starting from Shadows and going around the table.
So just a little tidbit. I rolled 2 dice, 2 d20s, and one was a nat 20, and the other was a nat 1.
Okay. No, Shadows, you're over being in this mire of muck and mud, and faint sense of sulfur and refuse. You're too distracted by your own fatigue. Restrana.
So I got that's gonna be a 10 from me.
Okay. You can't quite make out what's on this person's back, but you can tell based on the shape it is a weapon of some sort. Lapis.
18.
You see same thing that Restrana sees, but you're able to make out more details. It is a hunting rifle. Ylorhana?
That is the 6.
Yeah, sorry, you can only see shapes.
I do have a question though.
Yes.
Have me and Shadows been here before?
Yes, this is the fort that the two of you cleared out Fortune's favor and rescued not only the civilians, but the pet badger for Cyrona.
Badger
Good old
kickers.
Fort Tyloney.
Good old badgers.
That would be a 21.
Yes,
Damn,
so
woman.
you also see this hunting rifle that is slung onto the back of this individual.
Question.
Yes.
Can I sneak somewhere real quick?
Sure. Yeah, there's brush and tree lines. So go ahead and roll a stealth check.
Okay, so I'm going to roll stealth. $13.
13. So, you approach a couple hundred feet, actually, and you're able to get about 200 feet away from the sally port of the fort, and you can start to make out more finite details of this individual that is at the sally port of the fort. You can see a grimy looking half elf, just dirt caked all over their face and their body. The rifle slung onto their back appears male, and he looks around a bit before deciding to just lean up against the wall and fold his arms and just keep a very casual watch of what's going on.
Okay, so I am going to change into the woman that I changed into before that was there the last time.
Okay. Would you like to describe it for the rest of the group?
I'm pretty sure she was like a blonde elf of some sort. I don't remember.
Yeah, it's been a while.
But I know she was like a blonde elf. And I still have the uniform that they wore, so I put on that uniform as well. And I'm gonna go up to him.
Okay.
And say, so it's your shift's change. I'm here to take over.
Roll deception.
Advantage or?
Straight deception.
Okay.
Click's just snoring in bird.
Tweet, 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 tweet.
17. He looks at you, and he reaches into a side pocket and pulls out a pocket watch and looks at it, and he goes, "Finally, I can go get some grub at the hall. Good luck."
Thanks, I'm gonna need it.
It's like, and he looks over towards you and goes, "Do you need extra protection at all?"
Nah, I got this. Thanks, though.
All right. Have fun. And just turns around, heads back into the fort.
Okay.
What's everyone else doing?
We all saw that go down, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So Ylorhana made her way up to the fort and was able to successfully deceive the guard that was posted up there. What's everyone else doing?
Do I notice anybody else like on patrol? Anybody else in the general area?
Yeah, so on the parapets of the fort, there are a couple individuals patrolling here and there, but other than that, no one on the ground in front of you, just up in the towers of the fort.
I'm gonna stealthily go to the gate.
Okay. So while you roll a stealth check,
Okay.
I'll get everyone else to roll a perception check.
15.
For stealth.
Yep.
Okay, you make your way up to the gate.
Okay.
And if you want to roll another perception check for me.
Do you want me to roll with disadvantage?
Aren't you still asleep?
Yeah, you're still.
Usually when you're asleep, you roll with disadvantage. I wasn't sure if it was something that would like tick me off, like a noise or something.
No, this is sight based.
Okay, never mind.
So Shados, you roll with disadvantage because of your point of exhaustion, and then we'll start with Eowyn and make our way around the table.
Now that you're no longer A.
Yep. So perception?
Mhm.
I mean, I got a 6, but I have a +5 modifier, so like 1. I rolled a nat 1 +5, so
Oh.
6.
Wow.
6.
Oh, I rolled on that one too.
Me too! Y'all are a bunch of dumb
You're
bitches.
So lucky that this wasn't an encounter.
Yeah, somebody would have died.
Too soon.
Alright, so 1, 6. I got a 17.
17. Lapis, as you go to approach the gate, you look over towards the side of the fort, and you see that there is a pipe that is leading out into a sort of creek that comes from the side of the fort. As you approach the gate of Fort Tyloni, you take a look and notice from the side there seems to be a rather large pipe about 5 feet in diameter that reaches out into a runoff creek.
Okay. Start shimmying towards that way. I'm not even gonna say anything to anybody. I'm just gonna start shimmying over.
Shimmy, you like throw a shot in there too.
I'm just
Do a cha-cha
chilling
slide.
on the tree that the guy just left. Or, no, the wall. I'm
Right.
just like chilling.
Yes. So as you shimmy your way over towards this pipe, you see that there is a grate with a latch on it. And as you peer inside, there doesn't seem to be a whole lot of light. But go ahead and make another perception check for me.
There's alligators in the sewers.
Alligators, crocodiles.
19.
19. You, from your keen smell, you can determine that this is a sewage pipe.
I don't think we need to go this way. I'm gonna look at Ylorhana and just shrug.
Oh, I didn't even see you there. Holy shit.
So we like good to go in, or
I'm waiting on everyone else.
Ylorhana, as you look in through the sally port of the fort, you see that there are a couple of the sabers walking around. Some of them are drinking, some of them are sharpening their weapons, others are going up towards the parapets to patrol. It seems this courtyard is pretty heavily laden with guards, with sabers.
Is everyone near us, or is it just me and her?
It's just
I
you
think
two.
it's just us.
It's just the two of you. The rest of you are all a couple hundred feet away.
So I guess we gotta go this way.
Yeah, we should probably get them. Also, tell Shad that, like, if he remembers, he has disguise as well.
You right. I'm gonna start trying to subtly flag down everybody.
Come on, over here. Follow the smell of the shit.
Literally.
All of you see Lapis sort of just waving her arms. Are you waving your arms wildly?
No, like trying to be like pretty like discreet about it, like.
Okay, so all of you see Lapis is trying to gain your attention. Click, you're still asleep on top of Restrana's shoulders. What do you all do?
I'm gonna walk over to Lapis and just be like, "What's up?" Oh god.
Okay,
Not being
Give
stealthy with a Kenku on your back.
Yeah.
Great.
Roll me a stealth check with disadvantage because you are carrying Click.
There's a 6 plus 2, so that's an 8.
8.
Clunk, 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 clunk.
Roll again for disadvantage. See if you get anything lower. I'll doubt it.
No.
No, 14.
Okay, so an 8. So the two of you make your way over towards where Lapis is. And the snoring of Click is very audible, that coming from behind you, Ylorhana, another one of the sabers comes up and just taps you on the shoulder and goes, Do you see that, or is that just me?
I don't see anything.
Make a deception check.
Oh, God. I'm sorry, can you fucking see, bro?
I'm not gonna use that next.
Oh.
Time to be sneaky.
Sneak, 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 sneak.
Six plus 7.
13.
13.
13.
Fucking shucky.
No, I'm pretty sure I just saw a woman carrying some sort of bird on her back. I'm gonna go. You catch my 6, all right?
I'm gonna grab him from behind and slit his throat.
Oh! You're in the doorway, you fucking idiot!
It'll be fine.
Oh no!
Hey, did anybody see that? See what?
Okay, so because he is not expecting this, he goes in front of you and you manage to grab him, make an attack roll for me with advantage.
That'd be a good one. Fucking rogues.
Sneaky, sneaky, stab, stab.
12. Yeah, that's just as AC.
Wow.
So you're going in with your daggers, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so roll damage with your daggers and apply your sneak attack.
One dagger or both daggers?
Well, it depends. Are you using the one or are you using both?
Well,
I'm assuming you're using the one because you're slitting his throat. So just roll the damage for the dagger, apply your sneak attack. Level 3 rogues, that's 2d6, yeah.
So 6 plus 12?
18.
18.
You managed to slit his throat effortlessly, as you were trained to do in your upbringing.
Now there's a body sitting outside this
I'm gonna
And-
drag the body stealthily. Very quietly.
I'm gonna drag it stealthily.
Very quietly.
Okay, so you look back and he is gurgling a bit. You manage to just quell the bleeding a bit to stop him from gurgling, and you manage to find a cart full of hay. And a la Assassin's Creed style, you toss the body into the hay. And no issues whatsoever.
I also am gonna take his uniform.
Okay, yeah, easily enough. You take a couple minutes and strip him of his uniform and walk out, and no one seems
One
to
of
have
you guys
noticed you.
want to wear this?
I'll take it.
There you go.
I'll take it.
I'm not over there yet.
No,
You and I are like...
Shados and Eowyn are still.
Y'all are just
at that
watching
spot.
this secondhand. She fucking slit a guy's throat, stripped him of his fucking armor. I'm putting it on.
You and I
the
are
body
just
is
over
now
here
in a haystack.
And I'm just kind of walking.
Yeah,
I
you're
guess.
just like cold footing it the entire, like up the entire walkway. Just like, what? What are we talking about?
We're being sneaky, yes? The sneak. Okay, cool.
Yep.
Hey, just
looks at Shados and goes, today has been a day. Shall we join?
I don't know. This is quite entertaining.
I know, but see, we're the ones that heal the people. So if they get in fucking trouble, we're the ones that are gonna have to help them.
That's true. Okay.
Okay.
So the two of you go ahead and make your way over towards stealthily. Make your way over towards the super grate where Lapis is standing. Both of you go ahead, roll stealth checks.
I have disadvantage because I have scale mail on.
Yep. So both of you roll at disadvantage.
Oh, lovely.
We're doing great.
Still. 20.
Nice.
With disadvantage.
Fuck.
I was
I
like,
keep
wow.
forgetting about that.
Just watch, you're gonna get a fucking 1.
7.
Why do you
12?
flat-footed motherfuckers?
So.
Oh no, he did the steeple hands. Oh no.
No, so Eowyn, you lead the charge, so to speak, to get over there. And no one seems to notice you, but Shados is trailing behind just a bit, and he stops. And he has some very labored breathing and goes,
Oh, God.
and you manage to clasp over his mouth as he sneezes and drag him over towards the sewers.
I don't think this was a good idea. I'm a liability.
I know, so am I. But just
Are they by us now?
Yeah. Everyone's all
Shad.
together.
Yo, you got some disguise, don't you remember?
I do.
Yeah, you do. Because remember when I was just like taking off their clothes, and you were like,
You do
maybe
this
I
to
should do
everybody you
this.
murder?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I would also like to point out that I am in a bright white.
Yep. Oh, this is gonna suck for you.
And like scale mail.
Oh. That sucks for you.
Hope you like earthen tones.
How big is this armor on me? Like, does it look like a 12-year-old that's borrowing his dad's business suit? Or...
No, surprisingly, it seems to fit pretty well on you.
Okay.
It's not so much armor, it's just clothing. It's
Okay.
just a bunch of furs and leathers. Stuff that won't impede your movement at all, but...
I like this. I look like a sugar daddy. I'm in this.
So you all see in front of you this sewer grate, about 5 foot in diameter. Seemingly no lock on it. Do you all wish to proceed?
Can I...
I'm gonna put my
Can I
hand
use
in
shape
the
water to push the flow of water, like, up, like, away from us, so we're not wading through shit?
And Ylorhana, what did you want to do?
I was going to put my hand in the water.
Why? Why? Why would you put your hand in shitty ass water?
I was gonna help you.
Tastes it.
Ew.
Well, she
It's not that bad.
she said she had a white. I was gonna smear some.
You go to touch the water, and the water moves away from your hand.
Yeah, so you use...
No.
No.
Not touchy.
You do a couple hand flourishes, and you are able to push a majority of the wastewater out. And as you do, you take a look down at the water that's now trickling out, and it seems to be a lot cleaner than it was before.
Okay. What were you doing?
It still smells pretty stagnant
Yeah.
and stale, but it's no longer shit riddled.
Has anyone ever told you about manners?
I was gonna help her. That's mainly
Can
right.
we just... Shut
A Ruben shite on her.
Can we just shut up?
I mean, yeah.
Shut up! I'm the non-stealthy one, and I know to be fucking quiet.
Wait, we're being quiet?
What?
Wait.
Everyone roll a d20.
Oh man.
Okay. Okay. Did you fuck this up for us again? No. Okay, good.
No, this was probably me.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Okay, I will start with.
Go that way. You started with me the last time.
That's
Okay, fair enough. I'll start with Click.
Well, he's still sleeping.
It's an encounter.
Like, this is a luck roll.
Yeah.
Ah.
11.
11. Okay.
Are we adding any modifiers?
No.
to it?
No.
Okay. 10.
Okay.
5.
All right.
10.
8.
I got a nat 20.
Woo!
Good, because we were mediocre otherwise.
Yep. But nobody
So-
got a 1. That's all that matters.
So this is what happens. Lapis, as you have moved the water out, you seem to have dislodged something that was caught in the sewers.
A dead body?
Please be.
This just turned into a Twin Peaks episode.
You reach down into the water, and you pull out what seems to look like a deck of playing cards.
No.
It's like nobody all over again, motherfuckers.
And as you look through it, you notice it's not a full deck of playing cards.
It's very
Some cards are missing,
rather small.
but you do recognize some of the designs as your father had kept your quote-unquote ants deck of illusions on him. And
Is it the same deck?
It's not the same
Okay.
deck. There are multiple reprints of decks of illusions,
Yeah.
but that is what you find.
So I know exactly what it is then.
Absolutely.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna...
You're welcome, bitch. You almost tried to kill me, and I gave you a fucking deck of illusions.
I'm still gonna kill you. I'll find a way. I saved your ass. Water bending, water tribe.
So you can go ahead and add deck of illusions to your inventory.
It's a good thing you gave me the thing that you attuned to.
I mean, yeah, you're welcome.
While this is going on, I'm just gonna crawl into the sewer.
Okay. You go ahead and make your way into the sewer, and about 10, 15, 20, 30, 40 feet in, you all notice Ylorhana disappear into the darkness.
Where the fuck? So like her. We'll figure it out later. We'll figure it out later.
And Ylorhana, as you walk through, or crawl through rather, you see that the sewage pipe opens up into a much larger cavern of sewers, and you're able to actually stand up, and you find yourself situated on a platform that sits above the sewage water.
Okay.
And you can see across from you is another platform that runs along the wall. Both platforms, the one you're on and the one across from you, run along the walls. And you can see it stretches down for a pretty long distance. And about 60 feet away from you, you notice that it curves to the right. And you can't make anything past that point unless if you walk up to it.
Just like my dick.
What's everyone else doing? Is everyone else just staying out here? Or?
I'm gonna go in.
Okay.
I'm gonna wake up Click.
I was gonna gently, like, just boop him on the butt, because he's up on your shoulders, and it looks like, boop.
I just start pulling on one of his feet.
Oh my god.
As soon as
Gently.
you do that, he wakes up and just instinctually, like, there's a gun in your face. Like,
Hey, fuck! Hey! Little bird is fine. He's fine.
Try to sneak. We try to sneak. Sneak.
What the fuck?
It's okay. You'll figure it out. We're at this fortress thing, and there's all these angry people, and we need to go into the shit pipe now.
okay. And he puts a pistol he had drawn out back onto his hip. And kind of just like realizes where he is and just kind of like lightly grabs on her hair and just swings his leg around and then hops down.
Ow! Ow! Not cool, man, with the hair.
He just lifts his leg and just pulls on it slightly, just staring him in the eye.
I'm gonna flick him in the beak. Just a thumb.
Stop acting like children. Stop.
It stings a bit. But it also stings for you because you're flicking
a hard beak.
Yeah. You all make your way into the sewers and you find yourself, after crawling on hands and knees for about 40, 50 feet, you find your way to Ylorhana, who I believe you're still in your disguised self, just leaning up against the wall, waiting for all of you. And that's where we'll end this session. Hey everyone, thanks for listening to Dungeons, Divas, and Delinquents. If you would like to follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, be sure to search for us. Special thanks to Randy Zimmerman for composing our theme song. You can find his music as Nothing Specific on Spotify, Apple Music, and wherever else you stream your music. We upload every other Monday, so be sure to give us a follow on iTunes or Spotify, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. And while you're at it, think about giving us a good rating and leave a review, and tell us what you think. May the arcane guide you, and the exalted ones light your path.